Decision 300, and I'm here this evening at the Democratic headquarters watch party at the Hyatt Regency Hotel in beautiful downtown Dallas. And as we're going to walk around, we're going to get some guests, we're going to talk to some candidates, we're going to talk about some people that are already in office. But right now, I have a very, very fine, lovely lady, Miss Pamela, who is a former judge and now will soon be...
Well, I'm former criminal defense attorney,
just
yes. Declared elected criminal court judge for Dallas County.
And I see from your signs, it's Beto all the way, and,
yes,
how are you feeling about this?
I'm so excited, and as a matter of fact, in the past week, I drove all across Texas. So I went to Lupe's debate in Austin, and then I drove, after that I had a trip that took me all the way to West Texas. I saw Beto everywhere. I mean, even on the ranch gates, I would see Beto signs.
Really?
Yeah, on ranch gates. And they had, in Terlingua, they would have big banners out that said rednecks for Beto.
Well, there you have it. That is amazing.
Yeah, you would never have really seen that in rural Texas, West Texas before.
Never.
But Beto signs outnumbered Ted Cruz, I'm going to say about 3 to 1, maybe 4 to 1.
So how are you feeling about the overall sentiment of the country? Where do you think we're going to go? And I'm going to ask you a real difficult question. What if things don't pan out? What do we do next? What's going to be the next step going forward if we don't get the seats that we need to have to kind of overturn what's been going on?
You know, having been through a campaign, I know that if things don't go the way you want to, you've just got to have some downtime, and you have to relax, and you have to breathe and rest, and not, you're going to be discouraged, but then I think you just regroup and you keep moving forward.
Right.
But I think this is an amazing sign at just what we're doing, so I'm hoping we'll win.
We have to.
But otherwise, it means just keep on fighting, just keep running, keep running, keep running.
So with the judgeship, what is that going to take you now in your new career, your new path?
Yeah. Well, so I'd been a prosecutor for Dallas County, and I've also been a public defender for Dallas County over the years. And so I'm just really happy to sort of be in a situation where I'm a decision maker instead of arguing one side. And that's really important, especially now, even though judges have to remain neutral on a lot of issues. One issue that you can't remain neutral on is what are you going to do with people who come into your courtroom getting convictions, being arrested, who are not citizens of the United States. And then that's where the rubber meets the road. That's where you've got judges, that's where these people's lives are going to be affected forever by how the judge feels about what should happen to a non-citizen in their courtroom.
Which is also very true, because there are still a lot of people out there that don't vote and don't understand the process, and they have no clue that by electing judges that are going to do be fair and balanced, how important that is even on the local level.
I think in Dallas County, most of our judges really are fair in Dallas. It's sort of the surrounding counties that I think it would be very awful.
Oh, well.
So Dallas County seems to be pretty fair to their non-citizens and that kind of thing. But what we need to do is make that bigger and bigger and bigger, so it starts to bleed out into the other counties.
Yes.
And start to make changes out there.
Well, we just want to thank you, Pamela, for coming over here with the Esther Davis Show. Looks like that's what's so exciting about being here.
Oh my God!
El Paso.
Yeah. That's great. But every county.
We'll see. Get you happy. So anyway, we're going to be here for the rest of the night.
Very cool.
Seeing what's going on, keeping up with Beto. We're going to be seeing what's going on locally, nationally, which is always very important. So stay tuned. We'll be right back with more exciting things from Democratic Watch Party headquarters at the Hyatt Regency in downtown Dallas.
Right.
And what we've seen is Beto is ahead. We'll see probably close to 600,000 votes here in Dallas County. before the night's over with. And the majority of those folks will go to Beijing. And so from that vantage point, we have reason to be optimistic, but it's going to be a long night.
Yes, it will, and I will be here, and you will be here too.
Yes, until it's over with. Until we know who the next U.S. Senator is, until we know who the next district attorney is. Oh, John Cruz is the next district attorney? Oh.
Yes, he will be. He is leading the last report.
The last report we had, he's leading 60 to 40 or something like that.
That's correct.
And so the reality is that most Democrats are in fact leading. And what we have to do is to just kind of be patient. Don't get over enthusiastic about it, but be very optimistic that we'll have a wall against Trump in the morning throughout this country.
All right. I hope we dump Trump, as you say.
We will.
Right.
You say dump Trump? Or
Dump.
I want to dump it.
Well, I ain't gonna say it, but we need somebody else.
Well, we do need. You can't say that. You're right.
We
I want to
need
dump Trump
somebody
in 2020. We need to dump
We
Trump.
need to dump it. Oh, we already started 2020 tomorrow morning.
Exactly.
Fred Jones here, downtown Dallas at the Hyatt Regency headquarters for the Democratic Watch Party, the Blue Wave Watch Party. And right next to me, on my right, is Councilman Tanel Atkins, who has been around, who has been part of this whole process in Dallas, not only in the local, but nationally, as well as statewide. And we're just ecstatic to have him here on Decision 300 with the Esther Davis Show. Tanel, how you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. Hey, you know what?
It's your world. You take it.
It's your world.
No, it's yours. That's what we got you.
Sure, we got that blue on.
Hey, Blue Wave.
Blue Wave.
Blue Wave, baby.
You know, it's great to be here with John Crusoe in the Democratic Party, and blue is blue.
It is.
And we have to really understand for everybody to come out, 2012 or 2016 or whatever,
Right.
when Hillary came in, we
Right.
outdid all the vote, midterm,
Right.
the millennials coming out and vote. But this is a remarkable deal right here that we got Crusoe coming in, and we got all these county judges coming in, but we got a city of Dallas and the county is blue, and we voting blue. But it's the last time we ever be able to do this. Now, what's going to happen in 2020 when we say we cannot vote straight ticket? That's of course actually what we're going to do. What we're going to do when we cannot vote straight ticket.
Right. Because they're the Senate, the Texas House of Representatives, they're working to take that off.
Check
right?
it out. And so now we got to do and educate the people. We need to take this on a road show and educate the people. Say, hey, we can't vote straight ticket on. Now we got to educate who is running.
So why do you think they decided to do that?
But I think what they decided to do is the higher the education, higher the learning ability, upper middle class, that people are going to study the ballot, what's going on, the working force, the retired people, and they taking the people in poverty who said I can vote straight ticket, but now they say, you know what? I vote on a Democrat. So they said, well, you might be a Democrat. Do you know who all running? And now you got a long list of 2-page ballot. Do you educate yourself? Who going to teach those people who is the right person to run? Who is the right person to be in that office? It's just like when Faye came around and she said in North Dallas, it said Faye without a picture.
Right.
In Southern Dallas, it said Faye with a black picture.
Right.
Then it never said Republican.
It never did.
Never Republican.
Never did. No.
And so we didn't know if she was Republican or Democrat.
Right. Unless you already knew.
But how would
Well,
you
how
know?
would you know? I know and you knew it, but the rest of the people, that's why we talk about voter education and getting out here and getting involved and getting engaged, because I ran across a lot of people that didn't know that Faith was a Republican.
Right.
And I'm just like, maybe that not have anything to do with it, maybe it does this time.
But it do have something to do with it
Yeah.
because up until 3 or 4 days ago, I talked to my sister-in-law. She said, are you voting for Faith? Yes, she is a Democrat. I said, how you know a Democrat? Well, she black, she's a Democrat.
Right.
But they never know because it never says she was a Republican. On all her literature, it never says she was a Republican.
Never, not one.
So how do we turn this in to educate the Dallas County, which is blue, that who is the right candidate for the job? How do we do that? It's by education. And to do education is people like you and CW to to spread the word out and say, how do we educate the people what is going on in this great county? We got to find a way to do it.
Just when you think you can relax, you can't, because the next elections is going to be even more challenging.
2020, yeah.
I told him to Councilman Atkins, which I had heard about, but I didn't hear about all the nuances of it and all the details. And so it's educating me, because I was just always curious, why not?
Why not? But also why not is that the point is, who is investing in the Democratic Party, who is investing in the Republican Party, and where the money coming from, how do we get the word out, and are we doing a good job of educating our voters? Are we doing our job to educate the voters? And we're not doing a great job to educate our voters. We need to do a better job to educate the voter, and that take money to educate the voters.
And people that are willing to go out there and do the work.
Right.
The leg work. You see why I said, that's why I turned it over to him, because we have interesting discussions, but there are things in politics that I don't know anything about as much as I would like to know, and I'm in part of that education need public myself. I need to know what's going on as well, so that's why I turned it over to you.
But turn on you also, but you, CW, and everybody, why won't we turn this moment today, this is a historic moment in Dallas County. Someone who got appointed to be DA and someone who got elected to be DA. But how do we teach this to the whole Dallas County? You know, we got a suburb, we got to find a way how to teach the people how to vote. You know, we got, Trump over there talking about everybody running from the border and everybody trying to scare everybody to death. But how do we teach this? How do we take this to the next level? And that's what we want to do. We want to take it to the next level. We want to educate our voters.
That's it. That's it. In other words, we can't relax. Even if we get the blue wave in 2018, we still got to continue that wave in 2020 through voter education, voter awareness. You heard it first from Councilman Tennell Atkins, who is one more thing. Go ahead. What are you doing in your district right now? Because I know there's a lot of building, a lot of unique things.
I'm doing so great in this. One thing I'm sure the economic development entire city of Dallas. I'm sure I have the entire city of Dallas. My district outgrew the whole city of Dallas 2-1 in population. We got job creativity in Inland Redbird, Mall, UNT, the educated corridor. We got so much going on. But the point is, I got to bring people like you and everybody to explain to the whole city a policy. We are in a process doing a housing policy that we kind of overhaul a little bit. We got to do economic development policy. We got to do transportation policy. And all those policies will affect the city of Dallas. And how many people who look like you and I who have been at the table to make policy? And so all these many years in the city of Dallas, no one looked like us to make policy, and then we got to tell the two cities. We got to tell the two cities because no one looked like us have been in a position to make policy. Now we're in a position to make policy, and I need the city help, and I need your help, and all the black and African American community help to make sure we got a right policy that we can turn the scale of the balance.
You have my support. CW has always been there, so with Esther Davis, Fred Jones,
Right.
Decision 300, with Councilman Tennell Atkins.
Esther Davis, come here.
Who's doing
Now,
fabulous.
come here now, come on here. I got Miss Davis over there, and I try to call over her, and she said she don't want to do the Esther Davis show because she's the host of another show. But
Well,
here she come right now. Here she come right now, Miss Davis. Now, what we trying to say, we are trying to say, how do we educate people about policy and economic opportunity for Southern Dallas? For so many years, we are in a process to make economic development policy, housing policy, transportation policy, and with your help, we got to do something about this.
Okay, that's the first thing, and you may not like this, but at one time the city of Dallas had 3 channels that had been donated by, at the time, Time Warner. That's how I got started in television. It was called Public Assets. And on that show that I started then, that's been 20 years ago.
Right, 20.
20 years ago. We had shows on senior affairs.
And when you're 15 years old?
I was 12 and a half.
12 and a half,
yeah,
okay.
right. And that's when we had shows on the police academy, on seniors and how seniors could live better. We went into the schools. That was education. Because one of those channels, if you remember, was PEG, Public Education
Right.
and Government.
And the city of Dallas kind of moved on,
Yes.
getting rid of them channels right now.
They got rid of those channels. So what we do right now is we own our channels, we run our channels, and we need to educate our people on the processes. One of the judges here tonight, Tina, just brought to my attention the fact that on the ballot we have a bunch of Court of Appeal attorneys that are running for office. Hello, stay there. I gotta talk to you.
Yeah, right.
How you doing? No,
Come over here.
Come in.
We all team.
Say hello.
Hey, hello.
We're all
How are y'all? Y'all gonna probably have to find me a bodyguard after tonight.
Bodyguard. Oh, what they got in the bodyguard for?
Because I talk so much trash.
You talking trash?
Yes.
No. You know,
We're going to get her on board.
right. I have a new name for you. You want to hear it?
What
I'm
is
going to
it?
give it on the air tonight.
What's my new name?
Okay, your new name. You ready?
Yes.
Drum roll.
What is it?
Diva or digital?
I was good.
Diva.
Yes. You have this great ability of connecting all these people. It's
Right.
because you're everywhere. You take our picture, then you post us, and it's, who is that? Well, we may not know who it is, but we know who did it.
Right.
That is good to see.
I was just talking to Miss Gettings and I'm sharing some of her pictures I have on my phone with her too.
See there?
Yeah. And she
This is
didn't
a
even know that.
famous lady here.
Hello, y'all.
Wow.
Y'all found me a bodyguard after
Yeah,
tonight.
we get somebody to take it.
I got one for you.
Okay.
Okay, we got it?
But education is an ongoing process, and we need to own our own media,
Right.
which is really, really important, and then put that education, because I have a lot of people to now that will tell me, well, Miss Davis, this happened and this happened, but you didn't say anything about it. Well, I can't say everything about everything, but we can get other hosts and and put it on the cell phone where they can see it, and educate people on voting.
And that's what we're talking about.
On Southern Dallas.
We got to educate people. So now we are larger than the city of whole Atlanta, Georgia, and we don't have the magnitude of media, the education, the new art, or whatever. And who tell our story?
That's very, very.
We got to find someone who tell our story. And that's where the black media got to come in. We got to come together. We're not working on different silos. We got to bring the silos together and say we need to tell a story. And maybe at one time, all those black newsmen need to come together at one
That's
time.
what we
to
and thank you.
They need to come together one
Thank you for
time.
trying to get us together. But we want to get our people into even a PBS station,
Right.
where they donate money to the channel. It can be easily done.
Right.
Because I have enough talent. I mean, there's so much talent in Dallas. It's unreal, especially in the southern section.
Right.
So let's talk about that.
Right. We got plenty of talent in Southern Dallas. You got you've been here for many years. You got put together, so you might be the person to be the leadership to put this together. But let's put this together before 2019.
Okay, America, you heard it here first.
Let's do it.
Chanel Atkins said it, and whatever he says, we know it's going to get done. The CW will get done. So no, let's get that done.
The 2019. That's a deal.
All right,
Thank you, CW.
Fred Jones here at the beautiful Hyatt Regency Hotel, downtown Dallas, Democratic headquarters, watch party, Blue Wave, a comment. That's what we're talking about. And right now, we have a couple. It is Aisha and Nigel Redmond. She is running for Democratic judge for the district court, and she is right here. Might as well call her judge right now. Can we call you judge?
Sure.
Can we go ahead and just conclude that you're going to be judge?
Absolutely.
So of course, tell us a little bit about you and you as well, because the good thing about what we have here now is a husband and wife combination. And that is so critical, because there's going to be a lot of support and you're going to get a lot of support. So that is so critical. And it's a beautiful thing to see. So tell us a little bit about you.
Absolutely. I am the judge-elect of the 160th District Court, Aisha Redmond. And I ran because I wanted to bring back true equality and justice to this court. I believe that all individuals should have fairness, equality, and a judge with a great temperament in courts. And so that's why I decided to run. I have here my husband who practices criminal defense, Nigel Redmond.
Now, you got deuces, but now you got to say some words, bro.
Nigel Redmond, born and raised in Dallas, went to Prairie A&M University for undergrad, went to Texas Southern Thurgood Marshall School of Law. Came back, I was a district attorney for 4.5 years, and I started my own practice. I've been having my own practice now for a few years. I have a law partner named Anthony Island. The name of my firm is Redmond and Island PLLC.
And we are so excited about the numbers that we have seen thus far during this election. Now, we're not sure whether individuals are showing out to be Republicans or whether they are Democrats, but we are excited because so many young individuals, so many millennials are out voting, and it is very encouraging to see that these young individuals are engaged in our democracy. It's so very important to see
And
that.
it's also important, again, that they see the two of you together, because they don't see that, particularly that comes through the courts. You see a lot of brokenness, a lot of family disputes, and you see a lot of things that come along through the courts. And so we're going to be a big help on that. So let me ask you this. So what do you think is going to be the biggest turnaround with this blue wave that you're going to see, particularly in Dallas and in the nation?
I think the biggest turnaround will be those in office who actually care about the people. I'm not going to speak too much on what's going on nationally or in Washington, but I believe we need more individuals who actually care about the people versus themselves and filling their own pockets.
I think the biggest thing with the blue wave is it's going to bring it back to the people. Oftentimes we have special interests and corporations who are getting the most support, and with the blue wave, it's going to bring it back to the regular, common, everyday working people, which is very important. That's the majority of Texas.
There you have it. That's what's going to happen. You heard it from the judge. You heard it from her husband, attorney. So we just want to thank you guys again for coming and stopping over with us, speaking to us, sharing with us what you think is going to happen. We want to wish you continued success as you build your business and practice, as you go forward and sit on the bench. That's what this is.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
All right.
Appreciate you all.
There you go, y'all.
Tonight,
That's right.
really hot night, because every time there's a screen that comes up, we are applauding, because if you're watching this, the other key thing that is most important is that we're going to roll into 2020. What are you going to say to us about 2020?
2020 starts tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock.
Yes, it does.
Well, we actually started 2020 tonight.
Ah.
Because this is not a message that we will come out and vote. We just need somebody to vote.
What did Michelle Obama say? When we all vote.
When we vote, we win. Actually win.
Everybody knows Republicans are trying to hate.
That's okay. We are Americans, and this is the most important part. If we would understand that we live in the greatest country in the world, you exercise one right continuously, and that's the right to vote and live in this great country. Hello, don't pass by me. No, you got to come in here and say hello. No. Hello.
Joanna, how are you? How you doing, girl? How you doing, fine? How are you? Good to see you. Good to see you. I'm Reverend Barnes.
Reverend Barnes is of course, a wonderful Democrat. Tell us, are things going your way tonight?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we hit a home run this time. Yeah, we hit a home run. I don't think we've lost the case.
No, and that's the most important thing. And that's why we're all here tonight. That's why this place is crowded. And tell me this, what do you think is going to happen in 2020?
Well, one thing, the House is going to be Democrat.
Okay, 2020, because
Yeah.
we're talking about...
Yeah, we're going to even that out.
The judge says we started 2020 when? Today. Okay.
The second thing that's going to happen is you're going to see the strength of the young people return. We saw them come out and vote more this year. We thought we couldn't count on them, but they came out and they voted.
Democrats are scoring again.
Great.
That's what the Lord. Michael, you have to put some really jazzy music behind this. This is live up to the top.
And we got some help from the Independent and young Colin Allred. And John Puzo are the heroes of this election.
It's so good to see you.
You too, President.
Thank you,
girl.
Thank you.
All right now. Y'all take care.
And you had a lot of voting.
First time voters right now, we're waking up, and we're here to stay. We're not going anywhere.
They're only going to get older so they'll be more mightier as they move through the pipeline.
I just hope we fool them all on the other side and get the Senate.
Yeah.
Now that would be a miracle.
It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. Thanks for stopping by. Unpaid commercial that I
All right. Okay, great.
But it's so important that we attend to black media. It's so important that we have a voice. And Michael, one of the things that we want to do in 2009 is make sure we get more hosts on the show for people to listen to.
Yeah, we need to stay in the community, let the community tell us their views.
Yes, exactly.
And spread those views so that people know that we're not a monolithic society, that we count. And we're going to make our presence felt tonight.
Tonight. This is Dallas, Texas, the greatest city in the world. And we're here with Fred Lewis and CW. We're going to take a look at the crowd that's here and listen to the great jazz. We're waiting for Great convention.